So there's this guy who's basically a con artist, and he somehow manages to convince people that he's one of the wealthiest men in America. His name? Christian. He's about 20 years old when this story kicks off, living out in California. And if you look at him, yeah, he's a decent-looking guy. But here's the truth. Christian is nothing but a compulsive liar. His whole life's mission seems to be scamming everyone he meets and making sure he never gets caught. One day, around 1985, Christian is sitting in on some master's classes at the local university when he meets this older woman named Dee. Now, Dee's got money and a huge property, complete with a guest house. Christian, being who he is, smooth talks her into letting him move into that guest house. For a while, life's good. He's living there rent-free. But then, a problem shows up. Dee's adult son, let's just call him Son, and his wife move back into Dee's house. And here's the issue. Son had planned to stay in the guest house himself, but guess what? This random dude, Christian, is already living there. And Son, right away, doesn't trust the guy. He starts thinking Christian is taking advantage of his mom. Spoiler alert, he's absolutely right. After a while, Son has had enough. He allegedly confronts Christian about the whole situation. But here's the thing. Christian is a straight-up psychopath. And in a violent rage, Christian smashes Son over the head with a blunt object, then stabs him. Son doesn't survive. Christian buries his body right there in the backyard. Now, Son's wife, she also mysteriously disappears around this time. Nobody knows exactly what happened, but yeah, it's pretty obvious Christian had something to do with it. Suddenly, two people are gone. Christian needs a cover story. So he spins one for Dee, telling her that Son and his wife had to leave on some top-secret government mission to Europe, and that he, Christian, is their official contact who will keep her updated. For whatever reason, Dee actually believes him. But while Dee's buying his lies, Son's friends and other family members aren't. After a couple of months without hearing a single word from the couple, they start pressing Dee for answers. She sticks to the secret mission story, but the friends aren't having it. Eventually, they call the police and file a missing persons report. So police come to Dee's house. They question her, and she repeats the same story. Son and his wife are away in Europe on some top-secret government mission. The cops then head over to the guest house to see if the tenant knows anything. And when they knock, Christian opens the door completely naked. He claims he's a nudist and also a descendant of British royalty because, yeah, he's just that bizarre. He backs up Dee's story, insisting that Son and his wife are overseas. With nothing to go on, the police have no choice but to leave. Fast forward about 5 months, Christian decides it's time to disappear. He drains money from Dee's estate, steals Son's truck, and takes off across the country. Once he's gone, Dee stops getting updates about her son. Reality finally sinks in, and she files her own missing persons report. But still, without evidence, police can't do much. Meanwhile, Christian drives across the country to Connecticut. There, he reinvents himself. He tells people he's a big-time TV producer who worked on Alfred Hitchcock's shows and somehow cons his way into a mortgage broker job, even with zero experience. Then he worms his way into a Japanese financial company and unbelievably becomes vice president of a department. No one checks his background. But this is where he screws up. It's 1988. Christian sells the truck he stole from Son. The new owner tries to register it at the DMV, and boom, it comes up as belonging to Son, who by now has been declared missing for years. Police are alerted. Once Christian gets word that investigators are linking him to Son's disappearance, he knows it's time to bolt again. So he spins another wild story, telling his co-workers that his family has been kidnapped in Pakistan and he needs to rescue them. Whether they believed him or not, he skips town. 4 years pass. Christian vanishes off the grid. No one knows where he is. But in 1992, he resurfaces in New York City. He starts hanging around a rich church using a new identity, Rockefeller. Yeah, that Rockefeller. He claims to be part of the famous wealthy Rockefeller family. People eat it up. He marries a woman he meets at church, they have a kid together, and he lives this fake Rockefeller lifestyle for years without anyone catching on. His wife doesn't know, his friends don't know, and obviously, his child has no clue. But by 2006, cracks start to show. His marriage is falling apart. Suspicious, his wife hires a private investigator. The PI digs around and quickly realizes this guy is definitely not a Rockefeller. His cover is blown. His wife divorces him and demands custody of their daughter. During the divorce, she offers him $800,000 if he gives up custody, with the condition that he only gets supervised visitation. Christian, being greedy, agrees. 800 grand sounds sweet. But eventually, reality hits him. He's barely going to see his daughter anymore. That makes him furious. And so, in 2008, during one of his supervised visits, he hatches a desperate plan. He's walking down the street with his daughter and the social worker when suddenly a black limousine pulls up. Christian shoves the social worker aside, throws his daughter into the car, jumps in himself, and they speed off. He takes her to a townhouse in Baltimore that he had secretly purchased, planning to hide out there. But since this is a kidnapping, the FBI jumps on the case immediately. His face is plastered everywhere. The real estate agent who sold him that townhouse recognizes him and tips off the authorities. And just like that, bam, Christian is finally arrested. The FBI identifies him and ties him all the way back to Son's murder. He goes to trial, gets convicted, and is sentenced to 27 years to life in prison.